I know for a fact that people keep saying that planners are a waste of time now because of what's happening. Instead of being able to keep us on track with our tasks and projects, it's gathering dust somewhere in the corner of our houses with no use in sight in the near foreseeable future. This is a big no-no for me, especially because I'm pretty frugal, I'd like to think. When I buy something, I want to make the most out of it, and I'm sure you guys do as well. There are many different ways you can use this planner. You just really have to be creative. If you have a drink, use it as a coaster. If you need to reach for something, footstool. You ran out of soap? You can use it as extra weight when push-ups aren't just doing their thing. You want to prop a door open? Doorstop. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't think that would work. In all seriousness though, if you're like me who likes to get busy and has the privilege to get busy, this whole planner thing wouldn't really be a problem. If you're not like me, this might as well be a video for you. I'm lying, by the way, this can be a video for anyone. Honestly, I just want to make the most out of my Starbucks planner because, I and my friends spent on it. So, before I get into the video, Instagram, Facebook, follow, get in touch, all that good stuff. First creative way to use your Starbucks planner, this little guy, is just a simple to-do list. I've mentioned it a bunch of times in a bunch of videos. I'll just put the thumbnails here. The idea is simple enough. You just have to write down the things you do every day, then just cross them off or check them out every time you do them. The second way you can use this planner is as a food diary. This might not be the time nor the place to keep track of what you eat right now. But the thing is, everyone is just in their homes, relaxing, doing whatever they want. So the temptation to just eat whatever is super real. So that's why I still think that being mindful of our diets is still an important thing. And I'm not talking about the nitty-gritty of a diet, about going into the specific amount of carbs, proteins, or fat you eat, because I think that's just going to add another level of stress with the whole thing that's happening today. What I'm talking about is just knowing what you are eating. There are two ways you can do this. If you want the simple way, you can use the weekly spread on the left side because it already separates every day into chunks. And I say that this is a simple way because you can just write B, L, D, and S for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack, and then you can just have a little summary of what you ate. If you really want to get into it, there is always the use of the notes side, which is on the right side. I say that you can get a bit more in-depth here because of the space it gives you. So you can probably write Monday on the top and then proceed to write every single thing about the meal. So breakfast, 1 cup rice, 1 cup this. One thing you can do in both of these is to write how much calories in total you've eaten for that day. And if you want to total it for the whole week, you can write it on the very top page of the weekly spread. So the second creative way you can use this planner is to use it as a journal. Even though its main purpose really is to just keep track of the tasks and projects, you can use it to keep track of whatever you're feeling right now. And I say that the notes side is perfect for this because it can double as a daily journal or a weekly journal depending on what type of journaling you do. If you want to go simple again, you can use the weekly spread on the left side to just write a one-liner about what you felt throughout the day. Third thing that this planner can do is it can double as a personal tracker. The thing about forming habits is it has to be constantly done for it to really stick to you. And what I mean by using it as a personal tracker is, so if you want to track the habits you want to form, you can use the weekly spread for this because it already separates each day. So you can write hours of sleep, water intake or workout, and you can just write it every day. You can keep updating it just so you know how your week looks like. Not only can it track habits that you want to form, it can also track the media that you've consumed. And recently I finished these 2 books, and if I want to take note that I finished those books now or during this ECQ, I can just write it down on the specific day that I finished them. If you want to take it a step further, you can actually track how far in you are in that book or in that TV series. I do realize that there are things called bookmarks, and Netflix keeps track of which episode you're in, but we're trying to make the most out of this planner, so yeah. If you don't agree with that previous point, a cool thing that you can do with each chapter or each episode is you can write down what you feel about it. Like, okay, I liked it, I don't like it so far. If you don't want to go into the episode detail, you can do it per season if it's a long-running series, so that you can just keep track of how you feel about the show in general. The last thing you can do with this planner is something called Resonance Calendar. I got this idea from Ali Abdaal, but then he uses an app called Notion, and I think the learning curve with using Notion is a bit more difficult than using a planner. So I'm gonna recommend using a resonance calendar on a planner instead. So a resonance calendar is basically one big collection of everything that you find insightful. So it's up to your discretion if you want to use the weekly spread or the notes spread. But the thing you have to do is the moment it hits you or the moment you hear something that you think is, oh wow, that is something that I can relate to, you jot it down when you heard it. Well, I mean, you can write it later, but then it's better if you write it down now so that you retain it even more. So what happens is in the end, you have this one big collection of things you find insightful and helpful, and maybe one day when you feel down, you can flip through the pages and find things that have gotten you out of the rut that you were in before. And that's pretty much it. Those are 5 things that I think are creative ways you can still use your planner and make sure it's not a waste. So for some of these, I only started doing them in this ECQ because I wanted to experience them first before sharing it with you guys. Specifically the food diary, journal, and resonance calendar. I have separate apps for those, but I tried to implement them first in a planner form just so I can share it with you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this is helpful and insightful as well. Write it down in your resonance calendar maybe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you see here. If you have any other creative ways to use your planner, please do comment them down below so that everyone can get insight and ideas from everyone else. So let's make a creative space for discussion and just overall helping each other out. Hey guys, Future Marco here again. I kind of made a mistake and I want to apologize for it. I wanted the video to be about planners in general, but the thing is, my examples were because I use a Starbucks planner. The things I talk about still apply to any type of planner. You just have to rework some details like where you write or how you write things. My bad. Hopefully I won't make the same mistake next time. Alright, back to past Marco. I'm pretty sure this is the video after my 600 sub Q&A. So I want to thank everyone again for subscribing and helping me achieve my dream of having more than 500 subscribers that are not my friends. So yeah, usual plug, subscribe there. A couple videos up there and down there. I hope to see you guys in my next video and hope everyone is safe. Peace. Okay, I don't know where that came from, so I'm gonna just cover the lens again.